I am back. And you're probably thinking, Nat, what have you got in store for me today? Trust issues! Because that's what poor Kane is giving me. I've already got issues with trust, Paul. You're not fucking helping! So we go back into the second book in the Gemini series. So I finished Gemini Factor. If you've seen the review, you know how much I freaking love Paul Kane. Paul Kane is king. He is king. So, obviously, I have now had the chance to sit and absorb and devour this book. So this is the Gemini Effect, which is the second part to the series. We end up revisiting with some brilliant characters from book one. So Deborah's back. If you haven't read Gemini Factor yet, spoiler, she has kitties. So if you are determined to read Gemini Factor, I would pause the video now and come back, read it, and then come back to me, because book 2 is intense, and we end up following Debs as she's got her life together. She's a writer now. She lives on the coast. She hasn't been back to Dorchester ever since the Gemini case. She's got her 2 kids to raise. She's got her daughter Isabel going through her teenage drop phase. She's got her hands full. So when Rosie, the pathologist from book 1, comes to her and goes, so, yeah, we have a problem. Debs is already aware of this problem because her 2 kids have basically inherited their dad's powers to connect with the victims of the Gemini killer. So it's very hard for Debs to think this is a copycat, because the kids have basically described to her the scene of the first murder. That is some next level nightmare material right there. Like, these kids don't have to worry about the monster under the bed. They literally see the monster when they are asleep. Like, these kids are going to have next level, like, trauma to deal with. So it comes into Rosie turning around to her and going, look, shit's going down in Dorchester again. I need you to come and I need you to help, because you were the one who beat the Gemini killer originally. You're the best one and the most organised person. And you know your shit. You're a great detective. Can you come out of retirement just to consult on this case? So Debs can't say no. Weird stuff starts happening off the bat. She starts seeing Jack's ghost. The kids are having nightmares that are vividly connected to the crime scenes of H death. We have some great new characters coming in there, including Vinny, the librarian's son, who I loved. Glover, who seems to be doing everything in his freaking power to piss Debs off. And I'm living for it, because the back and forth is just funny as hell. And then you've got the characters from the previous book making a reappearance. So you've got Clark, the lovely young detective. I'm not going to give anything away. I really am not. But you know what? Her last boss turned out to be the twin brother of the Gemini killer. So I understand her trust issues. I understand her not willing to open up to Glover about her kids, about her past, about the real truth behind what happened down in the cells where the Gemini was basically holed up. I understand why she's not reluctant to share what she knows and what she learns, because girl has every reason to have trust issues. Oh, you're giving me trust issues big time, I swear to God. It is gripping, enduring. Characters are fantastic. Story pace is on point. As always, the detail in the mythos itself, so history behind like actual twins and the Gemini in general, creating a whole ritual and creating this cult that basically worships the Gemini. Genius move, my friend. It's so hard for me to put down that book, because the best part about it is, you know, when you go into a series and say it's been like forever since you've read the first book, and you have to go, crap, I'm going to have to reread the first book to catch up and remember where I am. Nope. Paul does these little recaps throughout the story to remind you. I mean, it's not hard for me to remember, because it was one of those books that literally just solid on my brain, constant. But I honestly believe that this is my favourite now out of all of Paul Kane's books, and that's a hard thing. No, try topping. Just trying to top Sherlock Holmes and the Servants of Hell. Big, massive, like, the fact that it topped that in creativity, emotional connection, in pace, in action, in gore, in sheer detail alone, and character development as well as world building, he's on point. I'm jealous because his world point, like the world building and the development of the story and the way that he interconnects everything so seamlessly. I'm freaking jealous. It is brilliant. Hands down, my favourite book of Paul's. And now, it's making me wait for book 3. Why do you hate me, Paul? Why do you hate me? Give me book 3. Give me book